Hi, my name is Colleen Meagle, and I am a Texas licensed business attorney. And today, what I really want to talk about is mergers and acquisitions, which is my favorite type of law to practice. And um, I'm known for helping people buy and sell their businesses, right? Maybe they're looking to exit, they're looking to retire, or they want to give the business to their kids. And what I really just want to go over today is the main steps in a transaction, right? M&A sounds like such a big and confusing word. And really it's not that hard, right? We're going to take it in chunks. So, um number 1, I want you to be very mindful in everything that you do. The details absolutely matter, especially in a transaction. There's a lot of due diligence that can go on, and so if you are not ready to sell, well, you're going to want to go ahead and position yourself, right? So bring somebody in to clean up your books, get everything organized. If you're not already organized, get organized. The sooner the better. In terms of that next step, let's say you've gotten everything positioned, you're ready to put yourself onto the market. That next phase is a bunch of confidentiality agreements, right? You don't want to just be putting yourself out there and let somebody steal everything that you've built. And so you're going to go ahead and you're going to put confidentiality agreements in place. And that will help protect someone from maybe running off with your key employees or even your know how, which they may come to know in the due diligence process. The next step is the letter of intent, aka the LOI. This LOI is going to, at a very high level, set out the terms and conditions of a definitive agreement, right? The final transaction. It's going to say the purchase price, how much of the business is being acquired, maybe it's an asset purchase, maybe it's an equity purchase, right? A chunk of the actual ownership of the business. And so it's going to lay out the terms. And if there's any kind of, non-compete or employment expectations, you might go ahead and hash all that out ahead of time. And then we reach the due diligence stage, right? Once we have signatures and all these confidentiality agreements and the LOI has been hashed out at a really high level, the due diligence, um, what you can do uh, is there's a lot of questions that can be asked. You can go in a Q&A type of format, or what you can do is just kind of go over whatever's been requested, or just gather everything and put it into a Dropbox type of room, right? We call these data rooms, but it can be something as simple as a physical box if nothing is electronic, or it can be something as simple as a Dropbox folder that you then go share to the potential buyer. Once the due diligence, right, that the buyer is gone through some of these data points and they've asked some additional questions and they feel like they're satisfied to a particular point, right, then we start rolling out the purchase agreement. It might be known as a MIPA or a membership interest purchase agreement, or maybe a stock sale agreement. It can go by many different names, but in the core of it is it's a purchase agreement, and that's where the terms are really hitting the paper, right? This is the document that actually matters, that you're going to try to hold them to it. So the LOI is great and everything, but the purchase agreement is where the rubber hits the road, and it's where you want to pay a lot of attention. You want to be extremely comprehensive when it comes to the purchase agreement. I wish I could go over all the different parts of a purchase agreement in this video, but there's not enough time to go over that. I'm just going over the high level phases of a transaction. So once the purchase agreement is pretty much done, right? We're approaching closing, and closing means that the parties are going to be transferring or wiring the money, and the parties are really going to hand over everything, right? If there's physical documents that need to be handed over, if there's access codes that need to be provided, passwords. I mean, things are getting real up towards closing, right? There's cashier's checks, things are getting paid. They may be happy or very stressed that it's happening. They may feel a sense of relief that it's finally happening. And then we reach the post-closing. And if you have an attorney and or advisors that have done everything the right way or doing everything that they should be doing, the post-closing should be smooth. Unfortunately, what people find out is if they're not comprehensive, they will run into post-closing issues either the day after, the week after, or even the month after. And it will occur generally within the first 90 days of closing, what we like to call post-closing issues. Or transitional issues in a lot of companies, whether they're small, medium, or large, struggle with post-closing transitions. And so if you need any help, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at the contact information below. Thank you.